Is this supposed to be upside down?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, okay.
Right.
I'm not going to question.
Welcome back to Can You Not? Back by popular demand, we have our special guest, former host of Can You Not, Jesse.
Why did you get my full government name, though?
I'll bleep it out. How about that?
That's horrendous.
Jesse Bleep.
I am back at it again. What's up?
Back at it again with the voice that literally everyone tells him is made for radio.
Yeah.
It is.
Where's the money?
And since it's episode 70, every 10 episodes, as you may know, we go through the questions and topics that you ask, and we talk about them. So instead of having a preordained theme, it's all just kind of all over the place. So, do you guys want to get right into it?
Let's dive right in.
All right. The first theme is from Alexis. Memes? Question mark.
I saw this meme of Trump and the Pope, and they put the two girls from The Shining in there, and it was the greatest thing ever. Just throwing that one out there. To kick things off.
What do you guys think about memes? Are they good? Are they bad? Are they neutral?
Some memes are offensive. Some are the greatest things ever.
I mean, who would have ever thought that really, really bad internet content with Comic Sans fonts would decide elections, you feel me? Like, it's crazy to think about it, but, like, people believe in memes more than they do factual information.
Yeah.
This is true.
There's something about seeing a picture, I think, that ingrains in people's mind more than, like, reading an article or even watching a video, you know? Sometimes it's, like, just seeing an image will, like, burn it into their brain so much quicker. And like you said, it's kind of disturbing that people use that to such political advantage this past year or two. It's really unsettling how easily we attach onto those images. It's crazy.
I mean, I will say, like, so there's two memes that really have stuck out to me in the last 12 months. One is the Nazi guy getting punched in the face.
Oh, yeah.
And how they would, like, remix it with different music, like Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. And then the other one is 21 Savage's It's a Knife.
Yeah, It's a Knife is like the hottest one of the past
What does that cross mean? It's a knife. That's lit. So yeah, those are my favorites.
I liked. Wasn't crazy about the meme, but I liked the effect of it. Did you see that, like, We Are Number One from that show Lazy Town or whatever? That was, like, real big about, like, 5 months ago or something like that. So there's this kids show called Lazy Town that came out in the mid 2000s.
I know about Lazy Town.
Oh, you remember that
hip
show?
to Lazy Town.
I guess there was a song that the villain sang in the show, and people were just, for whatever reason, like, memeing the hell out of it and remixes and you know, doing the thing where it's like every time they say this word it does this thing instead. And like I said, I didn't think it was all that entertaining, but it turns out the guy who played the villain had cancer and he needed some, like, he had a bunch of medical bills to pay, but he couldn't pay them. And so what people started doing is whenever they shared this meme, they would include links to, like, a GoFundMe to help him out. And they ended up making their goal. He was able to pay off a bunch of his bills and stuff like that because of a dumb meme. And so, like, it just goes to show, I guess a meme can do something good. It's rare, but it ended up working. So
I was turned into a meme at work. It
How
killed
so?
me. Basically, I was laughing really, really hard, like to the point where my eyes were rolled in the back of my head, and I was like in tears.
I can't picture that ever.
Oh, of course, never seen Brian laugh that hard. And a friend of mine took a picture of it, and he put some very wild things. And so, yeah, I'm not gonna put that out there. Maybe he'll put it on the post. He'll probably see it and put the meme up there.
Now we just need to spread around a little bit.
No.
If you see this meme, spread it around.
Please, God, do not spread the meme. Delete the meme.
Should we move on to the next one?
It's a meme.
It's a meme.
It's a meme. Melissa says, Dog suffrage. How can we call them quote unquote man's best friend if we're not allowing them the equality to vote for the goodness of man and dog kind?
What a Caucasian question.
Well, she's not Caucasian. So.
Oh, but it's a very
It's a
Caucasian
very
question.
Caucasian question.
It's a very Caucasian question, you feel me? Yeah. I'm sorry. Making my way downtown, walking fast. I can't take this question. It's giving me whiplash, you feel me? Like, not doing it.
It does like sound like some kind of question I would come up with a little bit.
Oh my god.
Sorry. I'm sorry, whatever your name is. I'm so disrespectful right now. But your question is like part-time trash. You feel me? Sorry.
Poor Melissa.
It's not a question, you feel me? I'm back.
Back at it again.
Savage.
To quote another meme. The best meme,
Jesse.
clearly.
Damn, Jesse.
I still don't know if I entirely get that meme. I still feel kind of like the grouchy old man who's like,
You've
I don't
never
get
seen
the...
Damn
Was-
Damn?
No, I
Was it the-
totally, I've seen it. I just watched it. I just don't. Like,
Real
quite
question. Was that like the first like super suburban meme?
I feel like there
Like,
were others, but I feel like that's the most trendy one. Like,
That was
that's
like the one. That was like
the
one.
There have been others
The
though.
chosen one.
The chosen one, yeah.
Back at it again with the white van. And how much did white vans go up in price
Oh,
after
dude,
that
crazy.
freaking meme?
Crazy.
You know what I think is cringeworthy? When companies try to make memes. That is terrible.
Is that a thing?
Depends
Yes.
on the
Here, wait a
company
second.
though. Like,
Like,
I don't
didn't
know.
Gucci
I
try
feel
to
like-
do it recently?
I feel like the left Twix, right Twix thing is a pretty good one. I think that's hilarious.
that one kind of caught on.
Yeah.
I think Gucci watches had.
Oh, I thought you meant Gucci the rapper.
I
No.
was like,
There's plenty of Gucci memes.
Gucci's mixtapes.
Yeah, they tried to do a thing called
Everything he
hashtag
does is a meme.
everything.
hashtag TFW Gucci, and they paid somebody to make memes
TFW.
about the feeling one. Like they paid someone to make memes for them and try to spread them around. And see, it's not loading.
Yo,
The internet will not allow it to happen.
And like some of them are okay, and some of them are just bad, just like really bad.
If you waver between okay and really bad, just give
Then
up on me.
it's a
baby.
fail.
Yeah.
None of these are loading. But they tried to even imitate other memes, like they tried to do an Arthur meme one. The fist.
Arthur memes are the greatest
I do
thing
like
ever.
Arthur.
I
oh
love Arthur.
man.
Are there any dog suffrage memes? Let's look that up. If there are
That
any
sounds
of those,
terrible.
we could talk about those.
Okay, here's one. So they took a picture of this woman in a crazy outfit, and she has a Gucci watch on.
Okay.
It says, when you have Aqua Gym at 3 p.m., but you need to accessorize your existential angst externally.
Please, God.
I feel like they stole lyrics from like Far Side or like a Kendrick Lamar album and threw it in a meme. Like,
And then they found this old Victorian era picture, and it says, when he buys you flowers instead of a Gucci watch, because she's making a grouchy face.
this is dumb.
It's...
I'm sorry, listeners, you can't see how
Yeah.
stupid these are.
Look it up. TFW Gucci.
The feeling when Gucci.
Yeah.
What's the? Yeah, I ain't got nothing
Let's
for
see if
that.
there's other corporate memes, because they're just...
Corporate memes.
It's just embarrassing. Oh, like
Corporate?
here's an article. Corporations' sad attempts at using memes. Death is too good for us.
I mean, to me, the most successful thing for companies are like the fast food Twitter accounts that are super trolly.
yeah.
You feel me? Like they just go after McDonald's. Like Wendy's is on fire.
Oh, you know another one I saw that tried to use memes? I saw a bunch of Taco Bell billboard ads. Did you see those? And they tried to make them look like memes, and they had the font and
It's
the
crazy.
cat pictures and everything.
Who would have thought graphics that were created by like fourth graders would be a revenue maker for companies?
Right.
Crazy.
See, here's Olive Garden tweeting out, you can't spell breadsticks without bae. Retweet to share with your bae.
Can we
What?
Can we just move on to the next topic because this is hurting my
let's go
eyes.
along. My dad asks, should ant farms be registered with the U.S. Department of Agriculture?
Ant farms be registered.
It's another jokey one.
That's funny.
Cool.
Johnny wants to know about the meaning of Joe Kowalski.
The meaning?
Oh my gosh.
What is the meaning of Joe's
Oh my
life?
gosh. I mean, listen, Brian, you feel me? Like, do we bar out his life now, or do we let
Just
him
go all in.
Do
we go all in on Joe Kowalski?
Will there be any mercy today?
Well, how many memes would come out of us going all in on the meaning of Joe?
I mean,
Kowalski?
a roasting session of like Joseph Kowalski is everyday occurrence when
Didn't I
Brian and
just
I
say last
come
week
through.
that Skechers defined Joe's existence?
Why
Or was that 2 weeks
That
ago?
was that was a week ago because we were going in on him
Yeah.
for riding a bicycle with dad jeans,
gosh.
Skechers, and an Abercrombie and Fitch long sleeve
So
sweater.
this is the meaning of Joe Kowalski.
Why?
The memeing of Joe
The
Kowalski.
meme.
And my thing is like the definition of him is like eternally looking like he works at the Apple store. That's crazy. Give me my iPhone 7. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. I don't know.
Brian, you got anything?
Do I have anything? I have so much that I don't know what to
Why does he look like Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Like Red Eyes Black Dragon, you feel me? Like Heart of the Cards, you feel me? Like
I've never
I
seen
feel
you
like
go.
Joe. I don't know, man. I feel like you should have like a children's show where you like I don't know.
oh,
I don't know.
like
Brand new-
Out of the Box.
Yeah, something like
Like
Out of the box.
no, he looks like what's his face from Blue's Clues.
I
Steve.
actually have one
Oh
shirt.
my gosh, he does have.
I have
oh
one
my
polo
gosh.
shirt that has like the zigzags that everyone says I
You
look like
do
Blue's
have a
Clues when
blues
I wear it.
because I remember on that video that I told you was like my second favorite
Oh, you
Koji
mean-
Joe video.
His outfits.
Yeah,
Best Buy employee. Best Buy employee. Like yeah.
I have a video called White Boy Fashion Show on my channel, Koji Show. If you want to check that out.
it's the greatest thing ever. Please put a link to the video. Oh
We'll
god.
put it in the show notes.
Oh gosh, it's great.
Yeah. There's no definition. It's undefined. But yeah,
That video is the meaning of Joe.
that's the meaning of Joe.
That and the pigeon video. Those define like everything.
That's my most popular video now. That has 42,000 views on it.
It's
crazy.
Amazing. It's amazing. I told you we need to do more like fake commercial things.
That would be
ad
fun.
things.
That would be fun.
We could do a real life Static Shock and I could be Static Shock.
Fire. That's fire. And you could be Static's best friend for
You
sure.
could.
For sure. Go
By the
ahead.
way, Andrew has a very important topic. Has Amber been to space?
Yes.
I believe Amber.
Yes.
I believe
Yes.
that Amber actually like got mind zapped by aliens at some point in her life.
Like she's like here and then she's gone. She's like, bye, I'm out, fam.
She's
You feel
another
me?
worldly being. Like
She's so fed up with our existence. She's already been gone. She's been gone, man.
Amber's in 30-30 and we're in 27.
She started to climb a wind turbine, and the ladder just kept on going into outer space.
Exactly. She's in the wind turbine on the moon.
That's what that Cleveland plain dealer article is
Oh.
actually about that we read on that one episode.
Yeah.
The romance, the drama.
Amber caught her breath as she gripped the pole.
Can this woman climb a ladder? I know no other woman has ever climbed a ladder
Where
before.
no woman has gone
She's the
before.
Amelia Earhart of wind turbines. She hasn't come back
Oh
from
my
her wind
God.
turbine.
She in the Bermuda Triangle.
That's where she is right
Wind
now.
turbines.
That's exactly where Amber is right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Joey wants us to talk upon other podcasts.
I can't.
Oh, Can You Nots? All the other Can You Nots.
Brian has a big beef with the other.
I have a
Can You Nots.
beef. Brian versus the Can You Nots of the world, other than ours.
You know, last I saw, the one hadn't updated for about 3 weeks.
Ooh.
They
So-
shook, fam. You feel
might
me?
be-
They
They
scared.
shook. Shook.
Let's find out. Then again, they might actually. It sounds like they might actually be funneling views for us because people are looking for them and they find us.
Good.
So.
And then they're
At the
like,
very
wait, this is
least-
way better.
Clearly. Let's see. Like I said, though. Oh,
3
now they
weeks.
updated a day ago. Damn it.
3 weeks. We do one every week.
I'm just saying, if you want a podcast like this, check out The Read. No shade.
Oh,
The Read's good.
That's a great podcast.
The Read is good.
And it's
Are they obsessed with Rihanna on The Read?
I haven't heard them talk about Rihanna lately. But I don't know. I would rather talk about podcasts that I enjoy than podcasts I dislike, as I don't really dislike many podcasts. I'm trying to think.
I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to this one.
That's what Amber says. She's like, I don't listen to podcasts. I've never listened to another podcast. And I think the thing is, like, because the worst podcasts ultimately are the ones that are just the most forgettable. So I don't even think about them. I don't even have it in me to hate them because I literally forget about them the second I try to listen to them, you know?
Like, my favorite podcast, of course, was wrestling-based. Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. Just brilliant, you feel me? Just raising hell at all times.
Shout out to Richard Jefferson's podcast.
Oh, put on game right there.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm more into, like, the visual it's weird. A video cast, would you call it? The talk shows on YouTube?
Yeah,
Okay,
I like
yeah.
those.
I like those a lot.
those.
Yeah.
I like those a lot. So, like, Wrestle Talk and all that stuff. I'm really into it.
I've never listened to any WrestleMania talk things.
It's great. It's great. It gives you all, like, the insider information, like, about behind-the-scenes stuff. It's really entertaining. Really
I highly
entertaining.
recommend Judge John Hodgman. It's a show where this dude solves people's minor problems through fake internet court.
So, Judge Judy, the podcast version.
We should do a Judge Judy spinoff podcast.
No copyright infringement. Come on, man.
I would also highly recommend S-Town. That was a great show. It starts out as like a true crime show and it becomes something completely different. It's incredible. And it's only like 7 episodes or something like that. It's almost like reading a book. It feels very
There's
self-contained.
an ending?
Yeah, there's an ending and it's amazing. Then Andrew says, I agree, talk trash about other podcasts. Well, we already did.
Oh,
Ian wants to know, best Spider-Man actor debate.
oh.
What do you mean? Like, for the next movie? Next
I think
movies?
he's
the
talking
best person
between all
playing-
of them.
Yeah.
I like the second version more.
So we have Tobey Maguire, of course.
God.
Tobey Maguire was classic, but I like the second version more. I want to give this one a chance, but he's got a baby face. Like
He's
too baby
Tom
face.
Holland. The guy before who did the last two was Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, that was my favorite so far.
Apparently Drake Bell played Spider-Man on an
Drake?
animated show.
Bell.
I did not know that. And Neil Patrick
Oh,
Harris. Wait,
on
that
the
can't be right.
is it
Best
on
played
the
character.
the Disney XD version?
Yeah, yeah.
I like that version
Ultimate
too.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have
See if
to
we can get
lean on this. The last one that got like discontinued, kind of.
Andrew Garfield, the last
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I feel like Tom Holland could be a good choice though from the clips I've seen. Like he's young enough that he actually could believably be in high school for
Yeah,
so
but I don't know, he's too baby faced to me. Maybe I'm just too used to like.
You're probably used to like 30-year-old actors
Yeah.
playing teenagers.
I have no opinions, honestly. I'm not a Spider-Man guy.
I'm a huge.
I
Marvel
still
person.
wanted to see Donald Glover play.
I did too.
I
That
signed
would
the
have been
petitions.
amazing.
I signed the
did too.
change.org.
That's great.
I'm excited for Donald Glover in the Han Solo movie.
Playing Lando. That's gonna be great. That man can do anything.
Yeah.
We could have a whole episode just about him.
Yeah.
But we did talk about him once before a little bit.
I feel like we've
when he
talked
was
about him a
problematic.
lot before.
That's probably true too.
True Renaissance man of 21st century.
Yeah.
All right. Anna wants to know. There's been an interesting debate going on about whether protesting speeches is hindering the speech giver's right to free speech. I don't know if you guys have touched on it already.
Okay.
What do you guys think about that?
So, I mean, the most recent thing is Ann Coulter being barred from University of Berkeley.
Right.
I feel that if the conservatives and the fascists decide that, you know, as a consensus, they decide who comes in, who doesn't, then I feel like the opposition should too, because that enhances this idea of freedom of speech.
Right.
So everyone pays attention to the barring of, but protesting is an essential right as an American. So you're allowed to decide what you want, especially for the fact these students pay with loans and their own money to go to a school like Berkeley. They have the right to decide what they do and do not want on campus. And if there's people that are that passionate about hosting someone like Ann Coulter, then they should be able to come up with the financial means to host a talk of hers off campus. There should be that conversation, and there should be a consensus decision on that.
Right. I think a big decider for me is, like, I can understand people especially getting particularly miffed when the school directly hires someone. Like when they hired Betsy DeVos to give that commencement speech recently, or Mike Pence or something.
Yeah, I was about to say Mike Pence doing it. That was pretty.
Right.
That's crazy.
But I think if, just like with the Ann Coulter thing, that was a student group that paid for that, and I think that's a very big decider. And I have a problem when you say that a student group who saved up money and got the support and got everything lined up. As much as I hate Ann Coulter, at the same time, I think they should completely have the right to do that. I think it's a different thing if the school's like, hey, here's the person we're going to have representing you at your graduation. Right. Then I think there's more of a reason.
Because then the decision is made for you instead of... Like, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I think what would be helpful, too, is to have more events following it. Like, okay, this terrible person gave a speech. Now we're going to do a follow-up thing. Join us afterward for a talk about why we believe that she's wrong, Right. Like, I think that could be very helpful, that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, they could do that for people that you do like, too, though.
That's true. And they should totally have the right to have, like Bernie Sanders came, they should be able to, like, have a student group say, hey, we're going to have a thing afterward. We're going to talk about why we think Bernie Sanders is completely wrong. Like, they should completely have the right to be able to do that, Our sponsor today is a little thing.
Did you write?
I didn't write one this time because Amber wasn't here, and I felt like
you'd be betraying Amber.
Well, one of you wanted to write one sometime too. I should give you the deets for the next episode.
The deets.
Today's sponsor is Loot Crate. It's been our sponsor for the past couple weeks.
All right.
Loot Crate.
Are you familiar with Loot Crate, Jesse?
Of course. They have a bunch of WWE Loot Crate boxes
and
that
actually,
I'm saving up for.
That'd be awesome. Actually, Jesse, if you wanted to save on your WWE Loot Crate, you could get 10% off by going to trylootcrate.com/canyouNot. And actually, I'm looking at their website right now, and the first thing that came up was a Spider-Man one. Very relevant to our conversation today.
Is there a meme one?
Yeah, a meme. They just send you printed out, like, on computer paper. Like, fast draft. But it's like a box of 150 of them tied together. But they pretty much have them for almost any fandom you could think of. It looks like they're really focusing on Marvel stuff this month, but they also have a Transformers one that they're specializing this month, what with the new movie, and DC, and they had Guardians of the Galaxy recently, I know, and it's just pretty much all the fandoms you love. They'll give you a monthly box, and it's pretty cheap. This one's only $16 a month, and you can get things like t-shirts and toys, and it's great. So, if you want to try it out, go to trylootcrate.com/canyouNot. Next one. From Alex, eyebrows.
Eyebrows. I saw some really thick eyebrows the other day. I thought I saw a girl with some really
with 2 C's.
Thick eyebrows. 2 C's and 3 K's.
What?
Her eyebrows were very thick, and I was like, whoa.
I saw someone with the Verizon wireless sign as eyebrows, basically just one dash, like a giant check mark. That's crazy. I don't know. Like, do people actually look at eyebrows? Like, I was thinking about this the other day randomly, actually. Like, I see people's eyes before I see their eyebrows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But I feel like my mom always talks about, like, she's like, yeah, I'm going to do your eyebrows when you're asleep because they look disgusting. And I'm like, all right.
I mean, people do look weird when they don't have eyebrows. Like, have you ever seen those edits where they take, like, celebrities and they'll remove their eyebrows and they just look freaky? Like,
I saw one where you had to guess who the celebrity was without any hair. Like, they took off their beards, their eyebrows, their hair.
Sounds kind of funny.
Guess who this is?
Yeah, Yeah, I wonder, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a dude and maybe I don't think about eyebrows that much. I wonder if more girls pay attention to that sort of thing. I imagine.
I'm guessing that's what it is.
I wonder if Amber pays attention to eyebrows.
I have a feeling Amber does not care at all about eyebrows.
That was my thought too.
Amber felt this question hundreds of miles away, and she spiritually was hurt from it.
All the way in Rochester.
Yeah.
Just a small earthquake on her eyebrows. Elizabeth wants to know our favorite things in the media. It could be YouTube channels, Netflix shows, movies, podcasts, etc. Just recommendations.
Does media include music?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What have you guys been interested in lately? What media have you been up to?
Everything. I'm like a media machine. No, I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So Elizabeth, try everything.
Fire answer right there. Fire. I mean, like me, every wrestling promotion under the sun. I've been getting into revisiting like anime a little bit.
You've been watching Naruto, right?
Watching Naruto again.
I want to rewatch The Office for like the 12th time.
Yeah. That's.
What is your favorite season?
Oh my gosh, Joe, I don't even know.
I'm gonna have to say
Stress Relief is my favorite episode.
That is a good one.
That's a great episode.
I think they really hit their stride around season 2, season 3. I think is the really hitting it. I just started watching Atlanta. I'm like catching up because I'm so behind and everything.
Shelby started, and I was watching Gotham at the time.
You're crazy. You're crazy. You need to drop Gotham and get to Atlanta.
I've only seen 2
Where is
episodes
Atlanta?
so far.
Where can I watch it?
FX. FX.
And I just finished watching the first season of Westworld, which was amazing. So good, guys. If you can watch Westworld, check that out. What else have I been listening to?
I mean, like,
I'm watching.
Music-wise, what albums has everyone been listening to of late?
Oh my
What have you been listening to, Jesse?
More Coloring Book, and then Coloring Book again, and Coloring Book over like 12 more times. I went to the Chance concert in Columbus, and it was...
Wait, when was this?
It was like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
What? I didn't know.
So...
Was it awesome? Was it great?
I have the hat.
I do.
Yeah, it was like the greatest thing ever.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
I would have loved to go to
that.
that.
It was so amazing. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
It was amazing.
What have I been listening
If
to?
you ever get a chance to see Chance the Rapper, take that chance.
You guys are going to roll your eyes at this one, but today, the day we're recording this, they released the 50th anniversary of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
God.
It's been completely remixed.
God,
because originally, when they did stereo recordings back in the 60s, you had like this thing all the way on the left and this thing on the right, and there was like no... It was crappy. So they did a whole like more modern mix of it.
Have you listened to Bryson Tiller's new album? Or anything Bryson
I
Tiller?
I heard one of the new singles with Young Thug. I didn't like it at all. I'm not a
I heard
Bryson,
Travis Scott's on it.
I'm not a Bryson Tiller fan.
I'm not huge on him, but he's okay.
I'm still trying to like the new Kendrick album. It's like my least. It's my least. It's my least favorite out of everything he's. It's still my least
favorite, but I still love it.
It's my least favorite out of everything he's dropped.
I love everything on that album.
For me, like, if we're talking Kendrick albums, like To Pimp a Butterfly, Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, and then Damn.
I'd still
so like for me, it's just.
I'd put Good Kid above Section 80 personally. But yeah, I do agree that Damn is not. I think it's his worst album, but I still love it. I will still defend it.
I was about to say I can see you saying it's not his best album. Like it's.
But I'm genuinely still trying to like it. So like I'll revisit it. I'm listening to this band that I like from Japan. They're this indie rock group called Treecoat. They just released a really good album too. I like the Joey Badass album.
Yeah.
All American Badass. That to me just still goes.
Again, people roll their eyes, but I did like the new Harry Styles album. I think there were a lot of great cuts on it. I'm sorry.
Can we talk about the fact that Miley Cyrus went back to...
Okay, yes. That would be great. Okay, first of all, the blatant racism.
Yeah.
The blatant racism.
I'll just do hip-hop for a couple years and then drop black culture.
She literally said that hip-hop is too violent for her.
Yeah. Oh my, are you kidding? And she said it's just too like gross, like, you know, it's so sexual. I'm like, are you
She is the
shitting
most
me?
sexual.
That's been your
human
whole
being
image
on
for the past 6 years is like over sexualized. Like, and
She
that's
flipped her whole, like, literally. I saw Miley Cyrus today on the Today Show, and she had long hair again. Like,
yeah, she's
yesterday she had short hair.
She's trying to pull this hippie flower child
Yeah.
image, and it's like, are you
Crazy.
And the song's all right. The new song's all right, but like, it's just so blatant. And how can you just say like, I'm done with hip hop? Except for Kendrick Lamar and his song Humble, where he was all being super feminist. It's like, yeah, but in the same song he also like talks about like fucking women too. Like, so it's
my right
not,
stroke went viral, you feel me? Like
that whole album is full of lots of sexual innuendos, and not even innuendos, just blatant sexual references. Like, how can you say? It's like, come on.
I'm not interested in entertaining conversation. Like, think about how crazy a 2012, 2013 was. You had Miley Cyrus, Iggy Azalea, and Macklemore. That's crazy. If you actually wrap your mind around that, what a awful year for parasites to come in, take culture, make it their own, and then like be like, all right, I'm out. You feel me?
I feel like Iggy Azalea and Miley Cyrus did that a lot more than Macklemore.
Macklemore was making underground albums.
He's
been making albums for years.
The problem with Macklemore though was that they only put the stuff out that made him look trash. Like, they only promoted the stuff that was like, why is he making this? Yeah. This is absolutely awful. Why is he winning awards for this? You know what I mean? And nobody knew about the good stuff he was
One thing I love about Macklemore is that
I'll give you that one.
I feel like he doesn't take himself all too seriously for
No,
the most
he
part.
doesn't.
And I think especially a lot of white rappers are like trying to be like, if I'm gonna break in the field, I gotta be like super serious and all that stuff. And like, I feel like he's just fun. I like that.
Mad respect to MGK though. I heard his newest freestyle.
Jesse's face.
You're not down. I heard his newest freestyle, and it was pretty nice.
I'm not crazy about his stuff, but he does seem like a nice person. He seems like
he's more genuine than all these other.
No, like, I'll give you that, but to me, he's all type trash. That's just my opinion. You know, like, people can have opinions. Like, can he flow? He can flow.
He can.
Do I find his bars amazing? Absolutely not.
They're not the
his
best
bars.
thing
His
ever.
bars can go in the recycle
But I
bin.
feel like he's way more genuine than any other, like, especially among the white rappers. He's far more genuine.
We're also very protective of local anything, honestly.
This is true.
Like, for all of Cudi's
I'll give you that. I
will
be a
still
little
defend
biased.
Kid Cudi because he had some great albums.
I may
that
be a
are
little
classic.
biased.
True.
I may be a little
Even if his last 2 albums are, well, the one was really, really awful, and the one's like most recent.
What was his
one
last
one? Demon Slaying.
Yeah, it was like alright.
It was too long.
I liked Wave. That was a
He had really good singles off of it, but once again, he's just off the deep end. He needs to get off them drugs.
But I think, Speeding Bullet to Heaven is like what they play to torture people.
It is the worst album of all time. It's the worst album.
Kid Cudi will be back, I believe.
We'll see about that.
I think.
You know what?
I believe in it.
I'm too rude. I'm too rude about MGK. I really am. I'm happy.
At least you
Listen,
admit it.
I'm gonna, like, I know I'm a hater. Like, I'm glad that he's getting success, but it's the type of thing where it's like the city's gonna suffer through another like Eminem syndrome, like how Detroit did. When you have like a poppin', humongous white rapper, it cancels out everything else around you. Like, it took Detroit how many years to produce like an ill rapper? It took Big Sean. It took them like
I was about to say
10
Big
years.
Sean was the next.
10 years. 10 years. That's going to happen to Cleveland, man, because this is his second single that's like went top 10.
There's some people coming up in Cleveland.
Are they gonna be able to transcend that?
Maybe not for a while.
It's gonna take some time.
It's gonna take some time.
But
they'll do it. They will do it. It'll happen. I believe in it.
Okay.
Jack wants to know our thoughts on the Twin Peaks revival.
I haven't watched it.
Now, I love Twin Peaks. I think Twin Peaks is amazing. But the thing is, I watched Twin Peaks initially with my little brother the first time I watched it. So on Memorial Day, that's when I'm finally going to watch the first episode of the new season. That's been 26 years in the making, And I love
What
David
is
Lynch.
the Twin
I trust him.
Peaks?
Twin Peaks is a show that came out in 1990 that
It's like a mystery, supernatural kind of series.
It really pushed the boundaries.
Is it like Supernatural?
No.
No,
just a supernatural
it's like
qualities.
it's like a small town has weird stuff going on after this girl gets murdered, and it really changed the game because it really pushed the boundaries of what you could do on TV because it was so dark and it was so weird and so sometimes avant-garde.
Check out.
You should check it out, yeah.
The original, or should I just jump straight into
No,
it?
do the original because, I mean, I don't know if this new series is any good yet, but I've heard some good things. I've heard that some people say it's the best thing ever and some people are saying it's complete garbage. So that means I think any piece of art that can create that big of a divide between people is
I was about to say
out.
that people do that with anything that's revived, though.
That's
like
true.
if you bring
That's
something
true.
back, there's always going to be the, oh my gosh, I'm so glad it's back. It's a minute. And then there's going to be like, nothing will ever compare. It's the
Right,
worst. It's
right.
trash. Why would you do it again?
Brian wants to know, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Oh my gosh.
Where's Amber when you need her?
Exactly.
Wait, do you guys get that reference?
No.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, I just watched that the other day.
Yeah.
I showed Shelby that for the
What
first
do you
time.
mean, an African or European swallow? That's
That
a
was
good
hilarious.
movie. I do think.
And then he got that the questioning thing. He actually got that thing. It's,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
At the question bridge.
I do think that Monty Python is one of those things that, while very revolutionary at the time, I think it hasn't aged as well, and I think some people still hold up like this is still the greatest comedic thing ever, and it's like
It was pretty funny though.
oh yeah,
And
I think it
do
still
need a
has. I think there's
shrubbery
certain
still.
sketches that are still amazing, but then if you actually start looking through most of them, so many of them are just terrible. But no one ever talks about the terrible sketches, you know.
The best one was the how do you find out if she's a witch?
Oh yeah. I think their movies are actually better than a lot of their sketches, to be honest. I don't know why, but what were you gonna say, Jesse?
A movie that I feel like survived that test of time is Blazing Saddles.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
Because it has Richard Pryor, right?
Oh my god, yeah, and Gene Wilder, who is one of my
anything
favorite
with
actors
Richard
ever.
Pryor is gonna.
So you had Mel Brooks, Gene Wilder, and Richard Pryor. You can't go wrong with that. That
Yeah.
is like
It
the
was-
holy trinity.
To me, it survived the test of time, but like a lot of those movies, that was a weird era.
Yeah,
It was a weird era
late
if you think
70s,
about it.
early
Yeah,
80s,
like
yeah.
it's a weird era.
Yeah, I think a lot of those Mel Brooks comedies still hold up pretty well. I really like Young Frankenstein. I think that one's hilarious.
Have you guys seen Spaceballs?
Spaceballs is another Mel Brooks one. Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate that movie.
Producers. You hate Spaceballs?
I hate that movie.
I think it's
Spaceballs
my
is
least
awesome.
favorite of the Mel Brooks movies, to be honest. I don't think
I haven't seen a lot of Mel Brooks movies, but Spaceballs was funny to me.
there's Robin Hood Men in Tights.
That's my ish right there. That's my ish right
That
there.
one's a funny one.
That one bangs, man. I put that. I used to have the VHS. I used to like run that thing till like it was just not working. You feel me?
Yeah, that
like
one's pretty funny.
so good,
Um,
so good.
History of the World Part 1. He did an Alfred Hitchcock parody called High Anxiety. That's pretty
I want to
spot
see
on.
that.
That one's pretty spot on. Yeah, Mel
I
Brooks.
love Alfred Hitchcock.
Funny guy. Funny guy. All right, we got one last one to close us out.
Okay.
Jessica says, well, I compulsively finishing other people's sentences. But what about if they talk slow or stutter? And you're very good at guessing, but every so often you guess ridiculously wrong just for the sake of amusement.
Okay.
You acknowledge you have a tendency to derail conversations by doing this, but you can't stop. It's a compulsion and it's fun.
That's a weird question. I feel like this was something that you were disclosing to the internet world, and I'm sorry that you have that struggle. I don't. I don't have this anxiety when people are talking at me. I don't know. I do hate it when people try to finish my sentences, and I'll just automatically want to F with them and just cut off what I'm saying and stop talking.
Yeah.
But, like, does that bug any of you? Like, when people finish your, like...
No. Feel like they're
Finish
in
your
my
sentences?
head, though.
What were you saying, Brian?
Feel like they're in my head.
Oh. How did they get in there? They hacked into the system.
But it doesn't bother me.
I do think I notice this happens more to women. I think it's a very male thing to do.
Yeah.
And I've noticed even people who tend to be fairly progressive or liberal will still do it to women.
But I don't think it's a conscious thing.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But I do think it's something that ever since I've like had someone point it out to me, that I'm so much more conscious of.
Right.
And I try to be very careful about like not cutting.
I feel like that's something I'll have to try and pay more attention to if I do that to people. I find myself doing that in a lot of situations, like going back and reflecting on how I've interacted with women or even people of other races, and like saying, "Now, did I go about that the right way?" But I do that a lot. I don't know.
Right. I mean, it's crazy when you actually start looking at it and you notice how people do it. It is kind of absurd how much it comes up. Like I know what you're gonna say before you even have to finish it. It's fine. Like I know I can translate this into my male brain and it will be better. You know. Like,
I think a lot of times though, that is what people are trying to do. Not making excuses for people that do that, but like if you're about to say something and they feel like you don't have the words to say it, then they'll finish your sentence for you to make it make sense to them. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's always bad. Like, I think sometimes it can just be a sign of a good conversation if both people are kind of like interrupting each other and like going back and forth and finishing it. Like that, I think is. But if it's one person constantly like cutting people off and interrupting them, then I think it's just rude.
That's true.
I mean, like when it comes to opposite gender, I just grew up with my mother, a single mother household, so she put the fear of God in me. So I was getting my ass whooped, you know what I mean? Like if I interrupted her, so like she did her job. I ain't never questioned anything like that. Nah.
If you want to check out more episodes, you can go to our SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/CYN podcast, or on the SoundCloud app. We're on there. You can check out our Facebook, our Twitter. We're on iTunes. Leave us a rating or even a review. That would really help us. And we'll read it on the show, too. Look at that great incentive. We'll give you a shout out. You can also email us at canyouNotPodcast@gmail.com if you guys have any feedback, ideas, suggestions for future themes and stuff like that. We're always open. What did you guys learn today?
Memes are the future.
I learned that I want a Loot Crate meme box.
That part.
I learned that I really need to be a little bit nicer about dog questions, you feel me? Like,
and apparently Machine Gun Kelly.
And maybe they're one and the same. I don't know, man. Yeah, but I'll be nicer. 2017 new me, who dis?
And we do thank Jesse for coming on this very special episode of Can You Not?
So honored, so happy. Yeah.
I feel like that's the term they use for like kid shows when they have like the episode where they're gonna talk about drugs for an episode, or like don't if strangers try to offer you candy, So this is a very special episode with Jesse Bleed.
My gosh, man! What are you, the feds? Are you the feds? This boy, the feds. You feel me? Like throwing out my social security number too, man. What's your problem, man?
In the future, I will not.
I'm never coming back. Can you not?
Can we all not?